It's the new Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. I don't like the way it moves around like this. Doesn't that mean if I throw it in my bag, it's gonna pop out of there? Come on, right? And also, you know what? This week I was having conversations on Twitter with Samantha March, and one time Kathleen Lights answered me. I was pretty excited. And also, just a few days ago, it was freezing cold here. We had snow. We were in our winter coats, and then all of a sudden, it's 100 degrees. So we start doing renovation and spring cleaning. So the doors were opening and closing a lot. Sometimes a bug would fly in, but Whiskey has it under control. Here she caught a fly. I have to make sure she doesn't eat it because that's gross. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Trace. Today we're going to be talking about two bronzers. One is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer and the Fenty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer. I wanted to talk about the Tarte Sea Breezy Cream Bronzer too. I ordered it during the VIB sale. I still didn't get it. Come on, Sephora! I want to apologize for all of these bronzers, all my makeup. I can't get every shade and show you every shade. I'm not a real YouTuber. I can't afford to do that. And I'm really fair. So if you're dark, I can only speak to you about formula. I can't really show you. I don't have knowledge to tell you if this will work for you. All I can do is talk about the formula and just show you what I have the best I can. For example, I can tell you Fenty Cream Bronzer, it's gross. Every hair, I don't even know if it's my brush shedding or cat hair getting into it. I have no idea, but as soon as you open this thing, it's gross. But it's also one of the nicest bronzers with one of the nicest formulas I've ever used because the shade, the tone, it understands pale people, and that's always a problem for me. It works really well with no foundation and it goes great directly on your skin. But it works really well with foundation too. You just have to be gentle. When I first put it on, it looked a little orange and I was kind of sad, but then after 2 minutes, it just almost sets and it looked much better. Just a tiny bit of a shine that stays. I want to show it to you beside the In the Sun powder bronzer that Fenty came out with, I think 6 months ago, around there. Am I getting hard pan? Are you getting hard pan on yours? I'll swatch them side by side because I know a lot of people have the powder bronzer. So on the left is the cream and the right is the powder. I don't know that you need both. I find the cream one is just a little more pigmented and has a little bit of a sheen to it, but they're not so different. I just love the look of a cream bronzer. So here they are side by side. The cream is on the left. I'm lazy. I like to skip foundation. I use the cream bronzer and then I set it with the powder bronzer and I find it really lasts. And I love the fact that the shades are quite light so I could just slap them on really fast. I don't have to be super careful and grab a super fluffy brush making sure I don't turn out orange. Love this formula. It lasts pretty well. Just a little bit of a sheen. Nice cool tones that are really hard to find if you're pale skin. So for me anyway, this is a really good one. It's pretty heavy. So now let's talk about the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. I got mine in the second one out of 4 in the shade medium. I almost bought the one in the shade light, but I was looking around at different YouTube videos and the shade that's called light, it almost looks like her finishing powder. In other people's videos anyway. So I came pretty close, but I'm happy that I ordered the second shade and even that one is a little bit light for me. But if I go to the third shade, it's going to be too dark. It's quite a jump, and I think her shade range is lacking. I think she could have had a couple more shades, just so you don't have to feel like you're stretching yourself into one of the categories. But the formula is very, very buildable, and it's so soft. It's silky. It's finely milled. If you like her contour powder, or if you like her finishing powder, it feels to me kind of like the same formula. And the shade is a bit warm, but it's not too warm for pale skin. It has a copper rosy tone to it that reminds me of how I used to tan when I was a kid, a long time ago. It's such a smooth formula that it gives you a little bit of blurring and it doesn't have texture because it's a matte bronzer. This is another Charlotte Tilbury product. It's the Film Star Bronze and Glow palette, and this one is a little cooler. It's more of a contour. Left is the new bronzer and right is what's in the Film Star Bronze and Glow palette. This is just my opinion, but I find the new bronzer is a little bit warmer than what's in the Film Star Bronze and Glow palette. And now by Charlotte Tilbury, it's one of the instant look in a palettes. It's the gorgeous glowing beauty one that came out for the holidays. The bronzer from that palette is on the left and on the right is the new Airbrush bronzer. I wonder if I swatched the third from the new bronzers if it would be more similar to this one. I would really love to know, but man, I'm so curious about that. Okay, so I'm putting it next to the Marc Jacobs bronzer just so you can see the size for reference. And now I'm putting the Charlotte Tilbury finishing powder on top of that. It really looks like a burger now. So I would say that both of these bronzers are outstanding formula. The shades are really good for pale skin, which is hard to find. The one on the left is the Charlotte Tilbury and the one on the right is the Fenty. They're both really subtle but buildable too. I guess it'll save a little bit of money because Charlotte Tilbury is selling the refill to this bronzer separately, but I don't know if the packaging is going to stay nice and shiny for very long. I guess we'll have to see. I'm hearing some YouTubers say Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer is a great dupe for this one. I can't use it because of the smell and I get migraines. If they have your shade, it's a great option. I keep buying them and then I get a headache and give them to my daughter. I want to like them so badly. It's a really nice bronzer. Whiskey's back, and that's the sign telling me I have to stop blabbing. This is why I have a YouTube channel. I have to talk about makeup. I'm so excited. I think it's the most exciting thing in the world, but not everybody does, obviously. I want to thank you guys so much for stopping by and listening to me blah 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 for so long. But seriously, please stay safe. I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.